clarify, you're on Steph's Rock Show. Our next guest is or Barefoot Mama. I didn't know if you wanted Jen or
You can
Barefoot.
call me Jen. But Barefoot
Okay.
Mama is my, stage name, but everyone knows me by Jen.
Okay. I like being barefoot, so I'm into
Yes.
that. So we have a lot to unpack here, but I kind of want to start from the beginning because I'm a mama bear and I love keeping kids safe and activists that help children. So I want to know from the beginning, before we get into OnlyFans, how you started in CPS, Child Protective Services, and got into that.
Yeah, so I actually have my master's degree in psychology, and I started college at 16. So I wanted, I came from a rough childhood, a rough life, and I wanted to save the world. And so I went to college, got my BA, had a couple kids, three kids very young, and just kept plowing my way through school, doing what I was supposed to do, getting the good government job and all of that kind of stuff. um, Once I got my master's degree, I realized rather quickly that I have zero interest in being a like a clinical therapist. I don't want to sit in a room. I want to be on the front lines. So I became a child protection investigator. In that, I kind of moved up the ranks and I became actually I lived in a very or I worked I should say I worked in a very small rural county, so there wasn't a lot of us to go around. So I was actually doing all the protocol and forensic interviews for like child sex crimes as well, which can burn a person out.
That I was gonna say that has to be really hard
Yes.
to
Yes.
hear that, even though you know you're doing the right thing, keeping kids safe, you're still hearing about it. And it's so common. It's much more common than a lot of people realize,
It,
for women and men. So I've thought about going into that a long time ago before I
right.
found radio. And I go, I don't think I can handle it.
it it really messes you up and it really jades you. I mean, even if you take the sex crimes out of it, if you just look at the domestic violence and the severity of that, it can be very, very hard, but it can be very rewarding at the same time. Like you
Yeah.
see these moms or these dads at their rock bottom and their lowest, and you see them when they're most successful too, and you clap for them. And there's still parents that I'll see um, occasionally, like out in the community or whatnot. And I didn't work in the community. I lived just because I wanted some separation. But I live close enough that I still occasionally see some and I'm like, look at how good you're doing. Like that's fucking awesome. And having, sometimes people have no one to clap for them. They have no one in their corner, or the only people in their lives that they have are telling them, all the negative things or all the ways that they have fucked up, but they're not there to hold their hand and show them the way. A lot of it's generational trauma, and if you don't know how to get out of that cycle, it sucks.
I get it. I've had generational trauma and I'm finally trying to stop it. And sometimes you have to even cut off people that you're blood related to, parents and everything, of what's healthiest for you and makes you the best version of yourself. How did you then transform or think about OnlyFans, from CPS? And like you probably couldn't do that at the same time, or how did that work?
So, I've been a single mom for 12 years. So I got a divorce, I think 12 years ago, and 11 years ago, my ex-husband got himself into some very severe legal problems, and so
Ooh,
he has not been able to have any
help out.
contact with my children during the last 11 years. So it's been just me trying to survive. And contrary to popular belief, social workers don't make good money.
Kudos to you for doing it on your
Right,
own.
right.
That's
And
rough.
so during COVID, originally I downloaded TikTok to spy on my clients because the government, in fact, does watch your stuff, especially if it's public. So just a caveat
Yeah.
there. But
All my
then me
secrets are out there.
me too. Me,
I'm like,
me too. But when
whatever.
you post evidence to a crime on TikTok, we do see that.
Yeah.
But I started TikTok to spy on my clients. And then I was like, I'm bored and I'm cooped up. Like, I'm going to start posting on TikTok. And so all of a sudden, I started going viral on TikTok, just doing like mom talk, like the what a day in the life of a single mom, kind of what I do. And I'm very country and like barefoot grounding and this like these country hippie vibes. And so then all of a sudden, I blew up on TikTok. And I had 500,000 followers on TikTok. And honestly,
Wow.
I technically was still a social worker, but I started doing OnlyFans, but I did it in secret. So I didn't tell a soul. I didn't post my link. I didn't advertise. I didn't any of those things. I just
Yeah.
kept doing my TikToks. And if somebody Googled me, they would find me. And I did that right before Christmas one year because I was like, Christmas is gonna be rough this year. Like Christmas with
Yeah.
3 kids and money's really, really tight right now. So I did it in secret for the first year. I think that
Wow.
first Christmas I got like $1,000 extra. And when you're a single broke mom, like barely keeping the lights on, $1,000 is a lot of money. And I was like, damn, this is
Yeah.
no one has to know except for these handful of people. Um, and so I did it in secret and kept my child protection job. And then approximately, I think it was 2 years ago. 2 years ago, I met some Minnesota-based OnlyFans models that were out in the open, and they are 0% models, and they're beautiful, and they're like, you already have an Instagram that's at 100,000. You already have a TikTok that's at 500,000. Why don't you just tell the world? And I was like, oh no, but I have a good government job, and I did everything the way I was supposed to do it. Like, I don't know if I could do that. And they're like, this
Yeah.
will be life-changing money and it'll change the lives of your family and your children because right now you are barely making it. Like you are struggling to keep your lights on, type barely making it. And this is your chance. And so they kind of talked me into just saying fuck it and throwing it down and just fucking doing it. And
Nice.
I did it. I came, I went open I launched it. I took a leave of absence from my job and I launched it and I went full board, full on into the OnlyFans world. The first month of announcing it, I ended up making what I made as a child protection worker in about 4 to 6 weeks. I made in 1 month in
Oh,
OnlyFans,
wow.
and I was like,
Okay.
"Oh shit!" Like I'm burnt out in child protection. I am so jaded and burnt out and the money's not there and now this money didn't even seem real when it was first happening. Like I didn't know. I was like, well, this has to be a fluke. That was my first thought, is like, this isn't
Or
real.
sometimes the beginning you make more money, right? Like I
Yes.
noticed when I started my podcast, I was getting a lot of views and then it tapered off a couple months later. So you gotta, but I'm a single mom too. And so I know the struggle of putting food on the table, like providing for your kids. And I even have help from my ex-husbands. And so,
Right.
I can't imagine kind of it's all on you, all the pressures on you to, create the lifestyle for your kids that they need. Um, was there like hard to balance mom life with OnlyFans, or if you kind of figured it out where you can separate the two?
Well, if you actually, and I guess maybe the people outside the industry don't realize this, but 90% of my job is actually marketing. It's not sex work. It is marketing. And so my job looks like fun. My 90% of my job, well, all of it looks like fun, but 90% of my job just looks like I'm having a good time. And so I will take my kids and take pictures and make reels and make TikToks out with them. So like we have a cabin, we go on the boat. My kids are so used to me taking cute little TikToks and reels and stuff on my boat. It's not sexualized. They can stand next to me. Everyone's like, "Where are your kids when you're doing this?" They are right next to me. Do you think I'm going to Disney World by myself?
Yeah.
No, 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 my kids are with me. My kids travel with me probably every 3 months. And we go to different cities. Like we went to New York City, they've been to Vegas, they've been all over Florida, all over California. They go to New Orleans with me. Like people won't realize that I have turned the safe for work portions of it into a family event. And my kids just kind of you know, they're like, oh, whatever. Mom's just taking pictures again. So,
No,
uh,
that's neat that they've got to benefit and take vacations from the career. I
yes,
know, like, I create content that could be sexy, just lip syncing. So if somebody
right,
doesn't care about the interviews with rock stars, they might find the stupid push up bra and me lip syncing, and that could bring you to the podcast. So I do that. And I know my kids are like, whatever. My mom's kind of silly, but that's what she does. They don't
right.
think it's weird because I've been
No.
doing it for so long, you know?
And that's exactly with my kids. They're like, "You're so cringe," and I was like,
Yeah,
"I know."
exactly. That's every kid though, thinks that
Right,
their parents are
right.
like kind of weird. I'm trying to learn like the Sigma, Riz, Buzzin, all these words that my older son is using. And they're just like, Mom, you can't use those. You're too old, you know? So, but I'm trying.
Right, right. And the other thing is that I think that people like I don't share intimate details about my kids' life because I believe that they should have autonomy and say,
Same.
but I am actually I think people think my kids are young and they're not. Like I have an adult daughter. I'm a gilf. I'm a grandma.
That's a mate. You're a grandma?
Yeah.
You are,
I
you're a
started having
hot
babies
grandma.
young. So
Okay. I
I got my
waited because I was out of control when I was young. So I
I
didn't
was
start
too.
till I was older, you know?
But I was out of control and still had babies. So I'm a grandma, and everyone thinks I have like toddlers running around, and they're like, "How can you travel every month?" And I was like, Do you?" I don't think you realize.
You
I'm
look too
past
hot
that.
and young to be a grandma and have older kids, though. So I guess that is kind of, surprise. So
Right.
your kids are more self-sufficient and,
Yes. Yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
cool.
I mean, I have some still in high school, but most of them are adults. So,
Oh, yeah. So are they, I mean, have any of their friends found you or had like that happen yet or no?
so I
Because
live
I've thought about
again.
OnlyFans and I've
Right.
thought about that, to be honest. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
I'm comfortable with my body. That's not the reason I'm not on OnlyFans.
No.
It's what if my sons, I have boys, friends, find me? That could be a little weird. Has that ever happened or?
So I live in a small town, and when you do what I do in a small town, you are famous in a small town, like
Yeah,
what Miranda Lambert song. 100%. Everyone in town knows what I do. Like there is no way of hiding
hiding
it
it or secretive.
whatsoever. And so has his friends have conversations with me? Fuck no, they don't.
Yeah,
But is it possible? Oh, I'm 95% sure it's possible. But OnlyFans has measures in place so that they can't access those types of content and all of that. Um, and there's,
yeah.
it's you have to show your ID to get on. And do they see my TikToks and my thirst traps? Probably.
Yeah. But
You know,
that's just a woman being comfortable in
right.
your body and who you are, you know. I didn't think I was going to be in my 40s making thirst trap videos, but here I am and I'm still enjoying it, you know. I think I was in
Right.
my 20s going like, "Oh, those women are old," but now I'm like, I don't feel old. I still
Well,
feel
and I think
young.
women. I'm 38, but like women in their 40s now compared to the women in the 40s when we were growing up, I was like, we're not even the same row. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Better
So
skincare.
right, something, yeah. Someone said we got what the Flintstones multivitamins and fed a bunch of preservatives, and it actually preserved our looks rather than
Right.
hurt us. So I like those reels. What is the biggest you think misconception about you?
About me. Probably that I am super promiscuous in a traditional sense. Um, I am single and I've been single for a long time just because I know I have a really poor taste in men. Like
Me
I
too.
know, I know, like I am the first one to admit that I have a shitty taste in men,
Me
and
too. I'm single
I'm,
too, and
yep,
it's I don't trust myself
yes,
with my picker. My
yeah, right,
picker.
right. Like those red flags just look so good.
Yes,
So I just don't,
I'm
I
a
don't date.
bull.
Yep,
Give
like
me. When's
get
when's the
over it.
last time you've had a relationship?
Well, I've been on dates and stuff, but the last like I've dated a couple guys for a couple months, and they all seem to just fall apart, and usually regarding the industry. And so I think a lot of people think that I'm promiscuous though because I film boy girl content, but you know, everyone's tested. It's a collab house. It's pre-designed. They are established creators within my industry. It's not just some random from the bar. Even though we may play a scene that you're a random from a bar or the UPS driver, but I'm sorry to like give away industry secrets. He was not.
Yeah.
He was not the UPS driver. So it's, I think a lot of people have that misconception about that because I film boy girl content means that I sleep with everyone. But in this industry, testing is very, very essential. And so you have to get a full talent testing panel, which is urine, blood, an anal swab, a throat swab, and it's only good for 14 days. And you can't have any new partners for 2 weeks prior to testing. So really, that's a month worth of you can't be with anyone new if you want to utilize that test fully. And if I travel every month, I really can't. I really legitimately cannot have any new dating sexual relationships because of the amount of time I travel for my profession. It's just not, it's not possible. And so it makes it a lot more difficult for me to date in that aspect because, I have sex on camera for a living, but I can't have sex with you. Like how do you explain, how do you explain that to someone?
Yeah.
Um, you
I've
know,
had a couple porn stars back in the day in old radio days, Angel Cummings and Trisha Ray, and they're some of the cleanest people getting tested quite frequently, which is more safe than going to a bar or meeting someone online and dating them. Um, what do you think? Because I've been just kind of over analyzing lately because I was in entertainment for so long. When I've tried to date someone in my city of Sacramento or randomly, they're intimidated by the old LA days and just rock stars I've dated or whatnot. And it's not working out for me, but I want to date someone out of the industry. Do you think it'd be easier or harder for you to date somebody that could maybe either grasp your industry within it or somebody with like not in it?
so I live again, small town, rural Minnesota. Um, and so this whole life, anything outside of traditional monogamy is hard for them to grasp.
Yeah.
And so a couple things that I've seen happen. So first, you know, they are going to try to save me and they're going to rescue me from this
Yeah.
industry. They're going to,
Yeah. I don't need to be
bring me
rescued,
bring me to Jesus. And I was like, man, no. we're,
Yeah.
we're past that. Like I am too far in at this point to turn around. So
You
that's
can
the
love
first thing.
Jesus and show your tits too. I mean, let's
Right.
be real.
A hundred
Yeah.
percent. 100%. So that's the first type of guy I find. The second type is like he says he's cool because I'm like I am shooting boy girl content, and so you have to be cool with me shooting boy girl content, but it is not. It is not. To
It's
me, it's
acting.
not cheating because this is work. Like this is
Yeah.
business, and what we film on camera might not be the most pleasurable for me, but it looks fucking hot. Like
Yeah.
that's the reality of porn. Um, so they say they're cool with it until the first time I go to a collab house and they lose their absolute fucking shit and
I don't
aren't
think I could
okay.
do it.
No,
I don't think I could do it. And it's I'm a jealous person. I'm not as
right,
wild as my past is. I'm a monogamous person in a
right,
relationship. I'd have and I in even the smallest sense, my persona is to be flirty. And so it's more fun in the interview to flirt with the rock stars and try to make them uncomfortable because it's
yes,
funny to have a woman make men uncomfortable.
yes,
And people have a hard time even dating me when I'm pretending to come on to somebody, but they know when the camera cuts, I literally leave and I walk away from the band and nothing happens. And
right,
they think I'm banging all the rock stars backstage, and that's not. They all have families and kids, really, and
right.
they're hanging out. So
Well,
yeah,
and
there's
that's what I
it's
tell him.
hard.
Like the dude that I was seeing for a little bit, I was like, literally, we film a hot scene and then we get done, we say cut, and we're like high five each other and like, fuck yeah, that was fucking hot. We're gonna make bank off that. Like it is a bro situation once that camera ends. It's not like we sit and cuddle and watch movies and like sleep in the same bed together. Doesn't that doesn't happen.
Which
Well,
that's
that
more
doesn't happen.
intimate,
Right. Doesn't happen with
honestly.
me. Do some girls fuck off camera? Some girls may, but I choose to keep things professional. And most
Yeah.
girls choose to keep things professional.
I feel the aftercare of spooning and the deep trauma bond talk is almost more personal than sex. But I think
100%.
I did have so much sex when I was younger that it has become something that's maybe not as intimate as it should be if I'm being completely raw. But
Right.
if I actually open up to you and I let you stay the night in my bed, that is a huge deal for me
Huge.
that I
Yeah.
don't do a lot. So
Yep.
That's
I
like,
100% agree. So, that's the second type. The third type of guy that I have tried to date since my OnlyFans career is a dude that ends up wanting me to be his sugar mama, and I just, dude, you make your own money, man. Like, I have zero desire to be somebody's sugar mama. No, thank you. No, no fucking thank you.
yeah. It is that is a complicated one because I've done fairly well. I flipped houses and I got into a couple relationships with young boys. Not that I
Mm,
was like paying their bills, but I
right,
obviously had the money and they didn't.
right,
And I finally come to this age, it's just a couple years ago, where I do want my man to make more money than me and be the leader and be in
right.
charge. And it's attractive. I don't need to be taken care of,
No,
but I want to know you're more successful than me and inspire me to make
right,
more. So
right,
yeah, I get
exactly.
that.
And meet my
Um, yeah.
energy. Don't sit around on your fucking ass while I just did 8 video calls fucking myself for the last hour, and you what are watching movies on the couch and didn't work all day? Like, dude, come on.
Yeah, yeah, you're not inspired by a lazy person
Right.
sitting on their ass. Definitely. Um, do you okay, so you said you're filming content with men. Do you ever do woman on woman as well?
Yep. So I do everything. So I do solo, I do girl girl, I do boy girl, I do group scenes. I haven't done like a full on like gangbang type situation, but I've done reverse gangbang. So it's one guy and at least 5 girls. I've done orgies, I've done all of that kind of stuff.
God, I've done all this for free. I'm not getting paid, just for funsies. I'm fucking
Right.
up. I'm really Do you
Yeah.
have a favorite like person to work with, or you'd rather be in group, or you'd rather be with boys or rather be with girls? Is there any kind of thing you like your favorite to work with?
So it depends. So I like threesomes are super fun. Um, I think that part of it is that I really want to feel the energy and the vibes. And if I'm working with a girl, my fans can tell when she's not really into girls, she's gay for pay
Mm,
versus an actual bi or actual lesbian, because they'll tell me like, stop fucking around with those fake lesbians again. Like,
yeah.
so I, have at first I would just shoot with every girl in the house because I want the exposure. I want to be on every girl's page because everyone gets hard tagged, all this kind of stuff. And now I'm becoming more and more choosy with girls. I love working with girls. I am super bi. I love it, but I want to make sure that they will actually portray that good energy on camera. And I think that's very important, especially in our industry, because if you might think you're faking it well, but you're not. You're not, girl. Like, and that's
No,
okay.
that
You don't
natural,
have to
real
like girls.
chemistry,
Right.
right? You can tell when there's, and I used to say I was bi, and now I'm this weirdo. I don't like labels. I'm
Right.
such an energy person. I
Yes.
mentally connect with people, and sometimes it's a man. Normally, I gravitate towards men, but every
Yeah.
once in a while, again, there's a woman that I'm like, oh, she's really cool. And they seem to be masculine and have a lot of like take charge energy and a
Yeah.
motorcycle. And I'm like, oh, that's
That's
hot.
hot.
Like I want that.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
100%.
that's my vibes. Okay, and then a random question, but they've been coming up on my feed a lot and I've been kind of laughing and I like to try weird things. So I was thinking about one day I got to try this. Have you ever tried those lights that can go in your pussy or your ass and these women are like walking around and they're lighting up at night?
I haven't. So they're butt plugs. So
Okay.
yeah, or the ones that I've seen. I've had girls do it. I just haven't. I haven't because I have an excessive amount of butt plugs. I had a fan once. I don't know if he shopped at the Costco of sex toys or what the fuck he did, but he sent me a giant box of 25 individually wrapped butt plugs. Um, so I have enough butt plugs. So I feel like I shouldn't purchase a new one because I have. What the fuck am I going to do with 25 butt plugs?
Yeah, that's a lot. That is excessive. That's
Yeah, yeah.
Are you okay, so is anal, is that something you're comfortable with or that you even enjoy?
So I do like anal. However, I only have one anal boy girl video on in my catalog because I typically don't do it at collab houses. So in the industry, it's not like you come drunk home from the bar and letting your boyfriend fuck you in the ass.
Yeah.
In the industry, you have to fast for 24 hours, then you have to give yourself an enema, and it's all this prep work in order to actually accomplish that. And the amount of stamina and energy you need in order to film scenes at a clubhouse, I just can't fast for 24 hours and do an enema and still do scenes in between. So I to me it's harder to do it that way, but do I do solo anal stuff? 100%. Yeah, that's on
Yeah.
my repertoire, but it's just harder. And Minnesota does not have a lot of established male content creators for me to access and utilize. I really have to travel in order to do that. I know some local girls and whatnot, but not men. And I try to not just, I am in my personal life, I love to be a good unicorn, but I try to, if I'm friends with you, I want you to be 100% sure that you are ready to bring a unicorn in. And so my local friends, I don't know if I would be a unicorn for them or not, just because,
Yeah,
yeah,
and I kind of don't want to pop into someone's marriage that I'm gonna pop like see a lot and run
right,
into. That's why I've never dated like coworkers and people think it's crazy because I am open-minded. But I want to know if the hookup happens or the group thing happens, I can distance myself if I don't know, feelings might get involved too. Like you never know. You think this
right,
is a fun threesome and then one person that could be in the relationship falls for you and so it's
right.
messier. And that's
Well,
interesting. Anal for me has always been like, I'm okay with the finger, love the finger. I'm not into more than that. And I don't
right.
know how when I watch videos, these women just take these poundings. I
Well,
wish I could.
I
I
want it
wish
to
I
be an
could try
average
that.
size dick though. That I should quick cap. I mean, some of the dudes that, some of the creators I've worked with, there is no way in hell like I worked with Boswell Black. Like seriously, he is like
Yes.
no way you're gonna get anywhere near my ass. I'm so
Yeah.
sorry. There's
Yeah.
no way.
Even vaginally, I can't take the large ones. Like I've
Yeah.
tried, there's been a rock star I couldn't even fit. I like a good circumcised 6, 7 inch medium dude. Like I'll
Yes.
go for those medium guys.
Right, right. Like, do I fuck them the big dicks on camera? Yeah, because it looks fucking hot as hell on camera. But
Yeah.
in my dating life, I typically don't go for that. I like average. Average is good
Yeah.
for me. Like it's all good.
I know, and I try to remind guys when they watch porn, don't feel inefficient because that is like the top 10%. I've seen
Ooh.
a lot and that they don't, there's a lot of uncircumcised 4 inchers out there too. So
Yep.
that's, not the norm. Don't compare yourself. And that we can be satisfied by something a lot smaller. It doesn't have to be
Right.
massive.
Well,
Yeah.
and I have dated quite a few guys that were uncircumcised, and really the uncircumcised cock like rubs differently and gives you a different type of orgasm. So I like uncircumcised too. To
I'm
me,
not going to turn it down. I'm
right,
not going to turn it
right.
down for sure. It's maybe not the top of my list, but I married one, my second marriage. So, I'm not gonna say no.
Yeah.
Um, what is like one of the strangest requests that you've received?
So I accidentally put myself in the foot fetish community. I mean, I love
That's so
it now.
popular. It's
Right.
so popular.
But Barefoot Mama, again, I was just a social worker spying on my clients when I created my persona of Barefoot Mama, not a sex worker.
Yeah,
So I was like, oh, I'm just a barefoot hippie. Like I go on barefoot hikes all the time. Like I'm just this little flower child. So I'm a barefoot mama. And
yeah.
so, after I had my first viral video, I was like, oh shit, I see what I did there. That was my bad. My bad. That was on me. But
There was
I
feet. Was that it was like you were showing your feet or what happened?
Oh, I show my feet all the time, but somebody wanted me to cover my feet in ranch dressing and like rub them
Oh,
together. What's more Midwest than ranch dressing?
legit.
Like, yep,
Yeah.
corn cob in there. I don't know, but so it's just some feet play in ranch dressing, and then
Okay.
to lick the ranch off my toes. So, um,
Nice.
but I was traveling, so I was actually in California at that time, and the only place I had was able to do it in this hotel was in the bathroom floor, and I'm just like, oh god, all the germs that I'm probably licking off this ranch dressing from this nasty hotel bathroom floor right now is, uh,
That makes it
yeah,
even cooler.
right,
That's kind of
right,
badass.
yeah,
Okay, so you think you get a lot of feet requests or foot
hmm,
fetish people.
yeah,
Okay.
100%,
Cool. Can we do
and
this or that
yeah,
where I'll ask you one thing or the other and you can pick?
sure,
Okay. Money or love? Hard.
can't have both. Probably love.
Yeah, me too. That's where I go wrong.
I know, right?
Receiving oral or giving oral?
Ooh. I like to give some good slappy head.
Yeah, that's nice. Sex under 10 minutes or over 10 minutes?
Under 10 minutes, a quickie any day of the week. Like, fuck it, let's get right to the point.
100%. I don't like it when guys go, "Oh, I last 30 to 40 minutes." I mean, every time. I
No.
I have turned down hot guys with their life together because they last 40 minutes every time, and I'm not a marathon person.
No,
It's a
no,
lot.
no, dude.
Yeah.
No, let's get it to the point. Let's do this.
I agree. Vegas or Nashville?
Ooh. I think, well, I go to it depends. Vegas to work, Nashville to like have a vacation, girls' weekend, that kind of stuff.
We're doing another girls' weekend in April. I love Nashville. It's so
Yeah, I
good.
love Nashville.
A one-piece suit or two-piece?
Two piece. I don't even think I own a one piece.
Yeah. Breakfast or dinner?
Breakfast.
I just had a big breakfast. Pop music or country music?
Probably country music. Like 90s country is a lot of what I post about. 90s country
Nice.
vibes, those dirty old farmers, they pay my bills.
I love it. I love it. Coffee or tea?
Coffee, black coffee.
They say people that drink black coffee are psychotic.
Probably right.
I will drink black coffee. I have no problem with it, but I will add cream if it's there and available. But I will drink the black coffee if that's
But I'm
if
very
that.
snooty. Like I used to own a coffee shop and whatnot, and so it has to be very a smooth black coffee and not have some beans are overcooked, so they can be like a burnt taste, and so it has to be smooth, dark black coffee. So it's yeah, you have to be careful on what you choose in order for you to consume it, I think.
Fancy coffee beans. Yeah, I
Hmm.
like it. Okay, last this or that. Tits or ass?
Ooh, I like some big old titties in my face. That is my favorite. But I will eat ass. My guys
Yeah,
think that I eat too much ass and no one ever eats my ass. So the last club house I went to, I got my ass eaten a lot just
to
because
make
there
up
was
for it.
complaints. Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
I eat ass. So my weird thing, like I stumbled upon it by accident that I'm into gay guys or bi guy. I like feminine men. It's kind of like
Yeah.
androgyny on the
Yeah.
cusp. And so I got into pegging and ass eating, and
I
that's like
love pegging.
me
I
too.
love pegging.
It's empowering. It's
It is.
very and I did it with women because I dated women for a long time when I was younger. And then I just found out like being a gay man's first time being pegged, it's like this whole thing that I unlocked that's fucking I got issues, but it's fun.
Not
It's
many
yeah.
guys will let me peg them, but
Whew,
I'm
come to
always asking.
California. You got to come to California because every guy in California is like bend over, let's go. You know, I think everyone's a little gay here. Well, thank you so much. I know we
Yeah.
ran over 30 minutes for coming by the podcast. I really appreciated getting to know you and your life and everything. Fascinating. Where do we find you? Tell us all how we can find you and check you out.
Yeah, so Barefoot Mama MN across all platforms except for TikTok, because my big TikTok I was naughty on and they took it away. So
Yeah.
barefootmamamn.com. I'm on OnlyFans, Fansly, ManyVids, Barefoot Mama MN, everywhere you go.
Awesome. Thank you so much for stopping by Steph's Rock Show.
Yeah, thank